somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps,
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Vostradamus.
Of course that Kevin show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be that Donald show. But we don't have that, so we have that Kevin show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. Still to come, she's an activated supermom, Jacqueline Toberoff. And he has the top 5 songs on iTunes, but no record contract. Oliver Anthony returns to the spotlight. We'll also dig into Assignment Desk Weekend. And now, from Times Square, often referred to as the mugshot capital of the world, here's that Kevin.
Hey, whoa. I didn't approve that line for Times Square. I'm going to have Tom Harris all over me now. And what is that? That's not a New York mugshot. That says Fulton County, Georgia on it. I've never been arrested in Fulton County, Georgia. I can't believe you guys. You're out of control tonight. Here we go, Assignment Desk Weekend. Let's do it. Welcome to Assignment Desk Weekend. I'm Kevin McCullough. Here's a look at what is going on. President Biden had a sad end to his vacation week yesterday. Pictured here standing by the curb, just realizing he's missed the afternoon Good Neighbor ice cream truck as it drove by. But he was also booed when out eating in public on vacation in Lake Tahoe this week. He and the First Lady are reportedly paying fair market price to rent billionaire Tom Steyer's $18 million mansion. Locals in the Lake Tahoe area found his visit over to Maui and back, where he told the untrue story of how a fire supposedly almost took his wife and his Corvette and his cat. Officials there say it burned a little bit in the kitchen. But they found that untrue story of nearly losing all these things just a little bit tin-eared. Not to worry. Once he got back, he knew. Tomorrow, the ice cream truck will return. In an odd exercise for headline writing, one scribe over at Fox News claimed a brand new poll showed a stunning closing of the gap between a certain candidate and Donald Trump. And when we say closing the gap, what the person really means is that one Iowa poll that featured 400 people sometime after the debate was over found that President Trump still maintained an enormous lead. 41 to 21%. Other polls don't reflect anything nearly this close. In fact, the latest interactive series of polls show that Trump is at 62%, with that same candidate who's, quote, closing the gap at 9%. That's following the debate from Wednesday. Close. Bad at math, but close. After his stunning performance at this week's debate, Washington outsider Vivek Ramaswamy had political reporters wondering aloud if he might not have earned himself a shot at the vice president's position in a President Trump campaign. Ramaswamy has repeatedly called for things like the criminal indictments against 45 to be dropped. He also eagerly raised his hand first when asked by the debate moderators who would pardon President Trump if they were elected. After the new angry Mike Pence version of the former vice president began to snark about Ramaswamy's lack of government experience, the 38-year-old also showed he could hold his own by simply asking the former vice president, "Would you like some help putting the gas in your car, sir?" The Justice Department is suing SpaceX, the space exploration company owned by one Elon Musk. They are saying the company's hiring standards exhibited discrimination against two groups of people when hiring. Specifically, refugees, and asylum seekers. So, refugees and asylum seekers, neither of which are permanent residents or even citizens of the United States. Musk replied on social media that his company had been told repeatedly when beginning operations that they were not allowed to hire non-citizens in their workforce. In fact, he was even banned from hiring fellow Canadians. By the way, you know who else isn't allowed to hire refugees or asylum seekers or non-citizens of any form in their operations? The Justice Department. And finally, the Trump mugshot has created quite a stir to round out the week. Joe Biden, you know, the senator from Delaware, evidently forgetting his opposition to Mr. Trump in the current presidential cycle, saw the mugshot and called him a good-looking guy. MSNBC's Joy Reid thought it so fashionable that she decided to try 45's hairstyle. The mugshot made its way to foreign newsprint, and the entire day on Thursday or Friday, it was the cover of most of the British papers. The Babylon Bee had its typical fun with it. Even former Never-Trumper Ben Shapiro called it iconic. The baseball bat version over the shoulder showed up as well, very popular, as well as the wanted poster, you know, for president. But this was the one that Assignment Desk Weekend loved the most. It just simply says what we feel at Assignment Desk Weekend, that the American people stand behind the man who is being put through these phony charges. And we're grateful that he's there standing with the American people who he fights for every day. Godspeed, President Trump. And that's Assignment Desk Weekend.
Until the break of 4:45, I get an automatic raise, and I can't be fired. Must wait till age 57 till I can retire with an inflation-adjusted pension that continuously keeps going higher. Oh, it's a damn shame what the world's come to. They want us back in the office on Mondays too. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Not living in the real world is a lot harder than you'd know. Sure, I got dental, but it's bad I go mental, 'cause I had to fill out both of these forms. I also see price hikes on necessities. I had to purchase my rental in Ocean City. Please don't tell anyone. It's so embarrassing, the plight of Richmond, north of Richmond.
Hey, we have to have cameras on for today's meeting.
I just sit here wasting my whole life away, 'cause this verification code is taking all day. How do you expect me to check my 401k? Plus my fudge round supplier no longer takes Apple Pay. Oh, it's a damn shame what the world's come to. It takes one person to do my job, so we have to. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Not living in the real world is a lot harder than you know. Sure, I got health care, but I get an in-depth scare. Only weeks left to open enroll. New guy plays with his pen, he just sits there and snaps. How am I to get in on my 2 p.m. naps? They want us back now on Tuesdays, I just might collapse. The plight of Richmond, north of Richmond. We're just like you.
Well, you know, you've hit the big time when not only have you got the 5 top songs on iTunes and you don't even have a recording contract, but now you've been added to the world of parody. Oliver Anthony's Richmond, north of Richmond, but kind of a Washington insider scandalous version of the whole thing. Anyway, we will have Oliver back in the music spotlight later this hour. He's going to join us with his second number one. He just wants to go home. But coming up next, Jacqueline Toberoff is back with us. And a little bit later on, a quick report on something that's going on that I'm greatly concerned about with our friends at Christian Solidarity International. Kevin McCullough, thrilled to have you here. Coming right back from New York.
Ready or not, he'll be right back. That Kevin.